It's time for Rabbi Minkowicz's Weekly Torah Lesson, a place where life's most difficult questions are answered. Here with his spiritual perspective and insight, Rabbi Minkowicz.
Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Tetzaveh. The question of the week is, should we have compassion for sinners? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha Tetzaveh, it's unique that in the whole Torah portion, from when Moshe Rabbeinu was born, Moshe Rabbeinu's name is not mentioned in this week's Torah portion. The Baal HaTurim, a commentary on the Chumash, asked the question and says very simple. Because when the Jewish people sinned with the golden calf, God wanted to wipe out all the Jewish people. Sinners, destroy him. And he told Moshe, we'll start a new nation from you. Guess what? You won't have any problems. All new people, there's no history. Everyone will know that you're the boss. So Moshe Rabbeinu turns to God with Jewish chutzpah, and he says to God, if you destroy them, if you wipe them out, you can erase my name from the whole Torah. And obviously God realized Moshe Rabbeinu's compassion for the Jewish people, that he really cared about them so much, and he's willing to risk his name being obliterated from the Torah, so God forgave the Jewish people. Now we know the Baal HaTurim says that if somebody says something, even though sometimes you say something as a joke, you're not so serious, but if a tzaddik says something, it does happen. So in other words, even though Moshe Rabbeinu, there was no reason to erase his name from the Torah, because God forgave the Jewish people, but since he said erase my name from the Torah, in this week's Torah portion, his name is not there. So Rebbe asks a very simple question. Okay, so we're choosing to take Moshe Rabbeinu's name out of a Torah portion. But why this one? Why specifically do we take it out from Parsha Tetzaveh? So the Rebbe explains a fascinating insight, and that's as follows. This week's Torah portion, we learn about the setting up of the temple, and in there, God instructs Moshe Rabbeinu to bring Aaron close to you and his children, and you're going to indoctrinate them to be the priests. In other words, Moshe Rabbeinu, so to speak, gave the blessing on Aaron and his family to be the priests. Now, why is his name erased in this week's Torah portion? Because there was something powerful about Moshe Rabbeinu that he had to indoctrinate spiritually into Aaron. What does that mean? Aaron was a priest. His children were priests. They served in the temple. Who did they serve in the temple for? They served God, but they served the people that came to God. People that were looking for God. Somebody wanted to bring a sacrifice, or there was a Thanksgiving sacrifice, or they sinned. But what happens to the Jew that is alienated, that is not coming to the temple? Aaron has no relationship with the person. When someone comes, Aaron is nice to them, takes care of them. But what happens to the Jew that strayed away? Aaron is not going to look for them. So here God instructed Moshe Rabbeinu, V'ata hakrev elecha, you Moshe Rabbeinu that cares about every single Jew, you're the one that said, Mecheni no misifrecha. You care about even the sinner. This week's Torah portion that really shows the connection that you have for the Jewish people, the love that you have for Jewish people. In this week's Torah portion, we're taking your name out because the real Moshe Rabbeinu, the Moshe Rabbeinu that cared about the Jewish people, is going to share that message of love for every single Jew, even the sinner, to Aaron and his family, that Aaron and his family, they should think about not only the Jews that come to the temple, but even the ones that do not come to the temple. So to answer the question, should we have compassion for sinners? The answer is, learn from Moshe Rabbeinu. Absolutely. Moshe Rabbeinu stood up for the sinners, and he stood up against God, and God obviously respected Moshe Rabbeinu's decision and position. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib and Shlomo Ben Yosef. May their souls be elevated for the Torah we're studying in their memory. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. For more information about Chabad and a regular schedule of classes, please see our website.